From here. I think it's like right button. Double vision. Yeah, and then double it. Yes, okay, there. Okay, so what you never do to argue the snow lake. Literally have to start with money first. 5 hours ahead. So they find it nice. To get on the airplane, but it's situated. They'll probably give you a mail. Go to the bathroom in your rubber, not on your phone. Okay. Have a lot of water, say one, and your meal. Okay. And think to yourself, it's 9 o'clock tonight, by the time you're done with that, 3 a.m. That's your new normal. It's now 3 a.m. So what do you normally do at 3 a.m.? Bingo. You'll go. That'll be fine. It's going to be the best that we ever had in your life.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call our meeting to order today on Tuesday, August 11th. If you please stand for a moment of prayer and please. As we gather here today as commissioners and members of Scott Township, we ask that we are ever mindful of each other, opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community that we hold dear, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, acceptance, understanding, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence and build proud. Let us continue to strive to make a better neighborhood, a better township, and a better world. I pledge allegiance to
the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here, Commissioner Juicy. Here. Commissioner Myers.
Here.
Commissioner Costello. Here. Commissioner Seibel. Commissioner Sorkin.
Here.
Commissioner Delfonso. Commissioner Sedlak.
Here.
Commissioner Gadsden.
Here.
Commissioner Hall.
Here. All right, we'll start with public comments on all agenda items listed below. Is there anyone with comments for items that are listed on tonight's meeting agenda? Okay, we'll move forward. Under planning and zoning and code enforcement, we have a code enforcement update. Mark is online.
Yes, can you hear me?
Barely.
Hold on. Mike's fixing it.
You're good, Mark.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, so the code enforcement update for July of 2026, we issued 35 permits for a total of $823,151. We issued 40 notices of violation. Again, not the majority, but 13 of those were high grass alone. We had 13 magistrate hearings, 17 rental inspections, 13 building inspections, and we issued 1 zoning letter.
All right, first up, discuss approval of the Sharista plan of lot subdivision plan to re-subdivide 6 lots into 5 lots on Old Green Tree Road as recommended by the Planning Commission. This is subject to adding a notation on the plan requiring property owners adherence to the stormwater operations and maintenance agreement. Mark?
Yeah, this is something that we saw not too long ago to create the 6 parcel subdivision. The current applicant would like to only build 5 townhouses, a little wider than what the 6 would allow. So he's having a new subdivision created for the 6 parcels. We also, they are also sharing a stormwater detention facility. And so we felt it was important that there be something on the subdivision plan that recognizes the obligation for the operation and maintenance of that facility, since it'll be shared between the five property owners once the townhouses are sold. Now, this and the next item go hand in hand, but of course, the subdivision, we would want it to consider first and then move on to land development after that. That way, we know the parcels are approved before the land development.
You're representing, is that correct?
Yes.
Hi, good evening.
My name's Doug Tate, I'm with Tate Engineering. And, I'm here with Mr. Diner, who is the, developer. As you mentioned, it's, the subdivision part is just, taking the 6 existing lots and making 5 lots out of them. And, the units will be slightly, a couple of feet wider, but more space on either end of the building, so. That's, pretty much all there is to the subdivision.
Did anyone have any questions?
Well, I'm just wondering, I don't know, if maybe Mark can answer this is out of my own curiosity. When I looked at the lots, I can see that the one on the end, 137, 100, 137, just like, why is it curved? I mean, I've seen this before in the township, and so just out of curiosity, why isn't it a straight square down to Old Green Tree Road? Why did they put the curve in the lot adjacent to it?
The property adjoining us and that wraps up behind us was, at one point it was, an approved subdivision for a road that goes back up there. So that's sort of the radius of the road right of way that was there. They were originally gonna put, more townhouses up above, but that was approved quite a while. I don't think.
So that's basically previously approved, so just stay on the plan.
Yes.
And where's the retention pond?
There's no pond.
Oh,
on
what's
this
the
one.
retention?
Yeah, there'll be a tank that runs under the driveways of the townhouse units.
And it'll be maintained by who, the owner, property owners?
Yes.
Any other questions? All right, Mark, so unless you have anything else to add, we'll put that on for a vote for our next meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you both for coming in tonight.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes.
We stay up here for the next.
Okay, next up, discuss approval of the Sharista Townhomes Land Development Plan on Old Braintree Road as recommended by the Planning Commission, subject to satisfying the comments of the August 4th, 2025 Engineers Review Letter and correcting any zoning ordinance references on the plan to the current zoning ordinance 1688-23. Or anything to add to that?
Yeah, just the planning commission recommending approval of this contingent on the engineer's review letter that you all should have received. And the majority of the comments are either standard comments that we have at this point in the juncture of a land development. There are a few, though, that are pertaining to calculations for the stormwater detention facility and additional information for the stormwater and so forth. And in working with Marie and Lennon Smith, felt that the items that are left or remaining regarding the stormwater are ones that could be satisfied strictly through the engineer. And so the Planning Commission again was recommending approval of this plan.
No, that's it.
Very
Just
straightforward.
mostly stormwater stuff.
All right, any other questions or comments? All right, that will be added on also for a vote in our next meeting.
Good, thank you.
Officially, thank you for coming in tonight. All right, Mark, anything else for tonight?
No, that should do it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Solicitors report, John? Okay, thanks. Engineers report, Marie?
Thank you. Okay, first item on the engineer's report is discuss the bid opening for the 2026 sanitary sewer system cleaning and CCTV project, contract number 26S2, to be held August 18th. So that bid opening is scheduled for the 18th. The bid report will be ready with the recommendation for your regular meeting. At the current time, we have 5 bidders on the project, so I would anticipate some competitive bidding, which is a good thing. So that, if I may add that to the agenda for the regular meeting with the bid report. Okay, continuing on, discuss approval of partial payment number 4, which is a final payment in the amount of $22,702 submitted by Cronin Enterprises LLC for the 2025 stormwater improvement project. That's PRP Phase 2. Contract 25 STO1. So this is their final payment, and this will close out the contract. So if I may put that on the agenda for the regular meeting.
Any questions for Murray? Okay, put that on for vote.
Yep. Next, discuss approval of the revised geotechnical investigation proposal in the amount of $14,420 submitted by Artuso Construction Engineering Consultants for geotechnical engineering investigation of the Sylview Stormwater Pond. By a little bit of explanation here, we do need geotech on the pond for design. We did get a proposal from Artuso probably 4 years ago. As it is taking quite some time to acquire the property and have the ability to occupy the property for drilling, Artuso has updated his rates. He was by far the most cost-effective one. He is the geotech that we've used on all the other stormwater ponds. He does good work. And I would ask that you approve this for the next meeting.
Any questions for Murray? Okay, we'll put that on for vote.
Next, discuss authorization to advertise the Sylview Stormwater Pond and Scrub Grass Stream Restoration Project, PRP Phase 3, pending property acquisition, PADEP permit issuance, and receipt of the geotechnical engineering report. So this is just requesting your blessing to prepare this and get this out for bid. Hopefully the geotech will be able to mobilize within the next couple of weeks. He usually turns the report around quickly. The only thing that may impact bid schedule would be DEP's permitting and property acquisition, which we can work through because we are able to hold bids for a period of nothing hits. So with your blessing, I'd like to prepare this for ad.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and this will be the conclusion of your PRP responsibilities for your current permit. Next item, discuss approval of partial payment number 1 in the amount of $153,900 submitted by Jet Jack Inc. for the 2026 storm sewer project, contract number 26 STO2. That is your project in the Oaks. Partial payment number 1 has been submitted and reviewed and is recommended for consideration at your next meeting.
Any questions?
Next, discuss approval of bond reduction request number 12 submitted by Flashpoint Partners LLC, reducing the site improvement bond amount from $227,679.72 to $145,255.55 for the Nixon School residential development. It's been quite a few months since we've had a bond reduction request from the developer. This has been submitted, reviewed, recommended for approval. Typically, we approve those at this meeting and ratify them at the next meeting if you are so inclined to do so.
Does anybody have an issue with that?
You recommending it?
Yes.
Everyone's good? Yep. Okay. Sam is online, by the way. He's here.
Who is?
Sam.
No issue with it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Okay, moving on, discuss approval of partial payment number 7, which is a final payment in the amount of $19,457.25 submitted by Grand Boys LLC, doing business as Grand Construction, for the Public Works Garage Roof Replacement Project, contract number 24-R1. So all the punch list items have been completed, project requirements have been satisfied, payment request is submitted and recommended for approval at your next meeting. Questions, comments?
No comment.
Good job. Okay, thank you. Next, discuss approval of partial payment number 1 in the amount of $54,360 submitted by Permanent Enterprises LLC for the Public Works Salt Storage Building Replacement Project, contract number 25-MB1. So this is Permanent's first payment on the project, and it is recommended for payment at your next meeting. All right. Last but not least, discuss approval of partial payment number 5. This is also a final payment in the amount of $1,190.13 submitted by Graham Boys LLC, doing business for Graham Construction for the Scott Park Restroom Improvements Project, contract number 23-PK1. This will be for your next meeting. This is typically provided to Shaycar, and this will close out the restroom improvement contract. All right, we'll put that on the road. All right, anything else? Do you think it?
No, I'm.
No, I'm very good. Yeah, I'm good. Are you good? No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm withholding my comments.
Oh, you put your microphone down. She was prepping.
Oh, that's for next.
Got it. Yeah, he's up next. All right, thanks, Frank. Standing committee report, finance, Tom?
Sure. The next item says that discuss the allotment request from Glendale Hose Company number 1 for their second 2026 approved budget allocation of $70,000. That's not correct. We don't give an allotment, their second allotment wouldn't be 70. That would mean they're getting close to a couple $100,000 and they're not. I looked at the budget just to make sure they only get 70, so this would be their entire allotment.
No.
I'm reading right here.
Yeah.
This is the highest bid that one.
At best, they get 74 and 300,000, which is about 75 total. I'm sorry, 3 and the.
Are they about one now?
I don't know. I don't recall them getting one, but this implies if it's their second allocation of 70,000, they should be getting a lot of money.
They requested so far 48,385. So this is the remainder of their,
Yeah, so it's not this, it's not the second allotment, it's the balance.
it's just the second one for this year. It's the balance of their
It's the
allotment.
balance. So put that on for vote that they get the balance of their 2026 allotment. And the only other thing is I saw Carla did send a letter. I can't believe we're at that time of year already. She sent a letter to all the departments for the budget requests. I will tell her that it's gonna be a miserable budget season from what I can see already. And just get rid of it. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Standing committee report, public safety, Kathy?
The chief is here for his update.
Good evening, everybody. So for July, make it brief, we had 740 calls, 429 reports taken, 13 arrests, 29 citations. Social worker is up to 29 civil cases, 23 of which are closed, 6 she's still working on. They are currently in Orlando at the International CIP Conference. I understand that they are bringing back a lot of good information. So that is all I have as far as my report, and I'll stay put for the next topic unless there's any questions.
Thank you. Discuss traffic concerns of Ward 4, including on Summerfield Drive, Borland Road, and Vanadium Road.
Yeah, so Commissioner D'Alfonso raised some concerns with Somerville. There's a crest in the hill around, I believe it's Sylview, and Borland and Vanadium Road for difficulty seeing oncoming traffic coming from the side streets. Denise and I spoke at length, and we believe, even though it's not PennDOT approved, that both concerns can be alleviated with use of mirrors. So that would be up to the board's approval. We did look at the potential for like a preemptive warning sign system for Borland because of the crest of that hill. It's extremely costly. I have a verbal price, but I don't have a formal quote to actually share at this point. But it was very costly for what it would actually do. So we do believe that mirrors would suffice and help with the concern.
Sam, questions, comments?
No, I am on here, Chief. If you don't mind, I know you and Marie kind of looked at the traffic in general as far as what you can see going in that crest, and you felt it didn't warrant any kind of like no parking situation as far as that spot's concerned, right?
No, we were able to see fairly well. You could definitely see at least the top of the vehicle. I had a little bit of an advantage being taller, so I was able to see clearly. But we believe that the no parking period in that area would also be a burden to the residents as well with the lack of substantial driveways in that area. So we don't believe that a no parking would really be of much help there.
Do we have any other signs around, or can we get a potential cost estimate on a sign that, you know, potential oncoming traffic ahead, or just some kind of a highlighter to notice there, just so people realize, oh, hey, you know, there might be a car coming right at you?
Yeah, I'm sure a caution sign. I'm sure we don't have them on hand, but ordering them, I could work with Bert and see what signage would cost just for a normal cautionary sign for like a blind crest.
Yeah, and I know you had mentioned a dangerous intersection sign for the Borland location that we discussed too. There's actually already one there. I can't believe none of us noticed it before, but when I was driving before I left here, I noticed it. It's just kind of behind a tree. Maybe we just need to clean up that portion so people can see it.
Just trim back. Gotcha.
I appreciate you guys taking a look into that section, though. I know it's a tough spot there on Somerville to deal with.
Absolutely.
Would putting thermoplastic paint in some sort of a big yellow kind of triangle cautionary shape on the ground be suitable or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be a question for me. It would, I mean, it would make it more visible.
Like a big, what do you call this, chevron shape?
Like it's chevrons this, you know, kind of, you're talking about.
The Charlie Brown. Are you thinking if the crest of going to the crest of the hill from both sides? I mean, yeah, at least when Chief and I were there, I mean, that's pretty much all local traffic going through there, at least the way. So I think everybody knows, but it wouldn't hurt. We can do something there. I'll work with Chief and we'll come up with something. And I apologize. I thought it was on for this. I didn't realize that this was a different topic that Commissioner Alfonso brought up, but we were going to discuss the 2 to 6 a.m. parking.
I believe that's an executive session.
That's okay.
Yeah, which one?
Thank you. Discuss deer management in the township. And propose an online survey with a resident identifier, possibly by board. Commissioner Sedlak?
And since we do have the chief here, I do know that we don't have enough traffic instances with deer to warrant concern about that, but we have enough residents calling about the destruction of their flower beds and gardens and deer poop. Also, we don't have enough Lyme disease cases where the Allegheny County Health Department is coming in and saying that we've got an issue about it either. So, knowing that we have residents that feel very strongly on both sides, I kind of propose that we put out a survey online where people can't vote 15 times or 38 times, that they have to have a resident identifier. And it would be nice to break it down by ward to see how each ward goes. And that's, Michael, I believe, was looking into if that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what everybody thought.
I think it's ridiculous. Because the survey, that kind of survey, it's not gonna be accurate. Now, you know my feeling, I'm for the deer management, but there's not a majority who will believe that, that will do that. And we've been down this for years with the public, and I go for it if you want, I just think it's a waste of time. They will not let us engage in any kind of project to, what they call the herd, so to speak. They just won't let us go. Yeah, they just won't let us do it. So,
Well, let's have the data to support it.
pardon me?
Let's have the data.
But that won't, that's what I'm saying, such a survey isn't, totally accurate. But, but go ahead, go for it. I just don't think it's gonna get us anywhere.
Well, then we can at least look at our community members and say we did the best that we could to get your input, and the fact that you don't input doesn't help us at all. Sorry, this was the choice we made because this is how we made it. Because whether, I mean, I don't necessarily want it, but if more residents in my area want it, then
But what?
no, want the deer culling.
Oh,
I don't personally want that. But this isn't about me personally, this is about what my residents want. If I don't know how they feel about it, it's not fair for me to vote against it.
I know how my residents feel about it, and they're 100% there. Most of my residents to take care of it, because I know what happens in my neighborhood. I know what happens in my yard. I don't even have to go outside. I have deer poop every day in my yard throughout my yard. And with my grandchildren, I don't like that. It's there, but
Yeah, I was around the first time this all was brought up, and I had actually attended several meetings. And the bottom line is, even if you call, it does not matter because you spilled by other deer from surrounding townships. If you remove your deer, somebody from Collier, they come over, or Mount Lebanon comes over, and the cost is very high. If you try birth control methods, that's ineffective. It's just, it's difficult.
well, I think we get them because Mount Lebanon does it. That's how we get them.
But
They come over from
they
Mount
come over from Mount Lebanon but often people, I've heard that even with the culling, they can cull in a park next to you, but they're still gonna come over into your yard anyways. So,
But if there's less numbers, there's less color. And if there's less
but the numbers,
there's less.
they
births.
fill it again.
You do it all
Yeah.
over and over.
Unless you want to point out the pay and have it done.
I'm just saying.
No, I agree.
It's not cost effective, I mean, right?
It's not cost effective, right, correct.
We don't have the money to spend the 50 to 100,000 that we need to spend.
And that's not just to say, that's a continuing for the foreseeable future too, because if we can't do it once, then you're just really throwing the money out.
And I remember the last time there were people on one side who wanted to call the deer. There were people who were against it, and many of the people that were against it were the hunters. They were very adamant.
I remember the 100 being against it, and I was here.
Yeah, they were against it because they weren't the ones allowed to shoot the deer, so.
Well, they would be allowed, but they had to pass certain.
They had to pass, right, and they had to cover the cost of processing. And they didn't want to do that, so it's not just the people who don't, it's not just people who don't want to cull because they feel sorry for the deer, it's people who don't want to cull because they're hunters and they want to be able to hunt.
There are very few hunters that are.
Well, I know, but they were here I remember them being here, yeah.
We had a presentation last year from a different company, and they came in and they did say that they could document the results, that it did make improvements for reducing the number of deer in the area. But again, it's not a one-time job done.
Every year.
Yeah, every year.
Was it 30,000 that we were looking at? I think it was $30,000 we were looking to put in the budget to get it going and to try. So, I mean, if the board wants to, I mean, we could do a general poll right now and see who's in favor and who's not, meaning it dies here or it doesn't. I mean,
I have no problem if they want to do a survey, if you want to take up all of, Mike's time to do a survey, that's fine with me, but I don't think the results are gonna be.
if nobody's
Tough.
willing to vote to say to even try and make a suggestion to put it in the budget and make an attempt to move forward with it, then there's no point.
But those votes might change depending on the outcome of Michelle's survey, you know.
I don't think so, knowing our budget, knowing the 30 last year is probably 40 this year minimum, and we don't have it. So I,
Well, and they're gonna keep multiplying, that's the problem. Even if you kill them, the next year you're gonna put that 40,000 back in their account.
Well, it has to be jury.
Yes, those are the times.
I talked to some residents in my ward and they're pretty much divided 50-50 whether they are interested in this or not. But Mount Lebanon has a college program in Twin Hills Park, which is in the ninth ward, which is directly across the street from my house. And their program, when they have it, it lasts, I think it's usually from January till April. So, I mean, it's a long program.
Yeah.
And I don't see any difference at all in the deer population. I mean, it doesn't seem to cut down on the deer in the neighborhood at all. And they post it, and it will say their program is running like from January to April, or, I mean, they're out there every day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many they're killing, but the population is right now, it's crazy. We got so many babies and all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, if you just let me have chickens, we would have had coyotes and babies.
We already have.
I just thought I'd point that out.
Alright, so you wanna move forward with the survey?
I'd like to get it done.
Okay.
I'd like to see how well it, I'd like to see how well, the community would participate in.
Okay.
Tim?
Yep.
Michael? Sorry.
Alright, good with me. Kathy, anything else for tonight?
Nothing, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, standing committee report, public works, Nick is not here, who's on that committee, would someone like to take that? Okay,
But I do have a question.
yeah,
okay, and I'm not sure who to direct it to now that Mr. Kelly's no longer there. Who is taking charge of his?
So it's pretty much divided up between whoever's here. Bert Smell, Rose handling a lot of things. I'm handling some things with street openings and talking to residents. Denise is handling some of that as well.
Okay, well, I have a complaint, so I don't know who to direct it to, so I'll tell you.
I'll take it right now.
Okay. There's a sewer over in front of Building 11 over in Chartiers Terrace that's either collapsing or whatever, falling down through. And it's creating a hazard for the elderly people who walk around there, that somebody's gonna fall and get hurt. So
Building 11.
it's front of Building 11. That's all I have. Thanks, John.
thank you. Environmental Committee, Sewer Committee, and MS4 updates, Jay?
Okay, the EAC is planning on having the Dare to Be Tick Aware program on September 9th at 6 o'clock here in the meeting room as part of their monthly meeting. They're also continuing to work on a grant application with Denise to submit for the AMD remediation grant to cover design costs. And they've been continuing to work with the Penn State on the LCAP action plan with the township. The EAC has also been trying to gather data on potentially installing solar panels. And I know that this has been an issue from the past. And I suggested to them that they get a lot of detailed information and then maybe make a presentation at some point to the board and to find out if there's an interest in pursuing solar panels.
Anything else for this evening?
Can I just add that apparently one of the motivators for the solar panels is there's some grant funding out there. And if they can get them installed by the end of 2027, they would be eligible for some funding.
Thank you. Parks, Recreation, and Public Relations, Eileen?
Thanks, Chris. Discuss the adoption of a resolution stating the township's intent to submit a grant application to assist in paying for the outdoor fitness court through the National Fitness Campaign. If selected, the township will seek additional grant or sponsorship funding to cover the remaining cost of the court. And we'll put that on for the.
Yep. Anything else for tonight?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Library Liaison Report, Don?
Yeah, they had their board meeting yesterday. I attended it. some of the things that were discussed was they finalized your 2025 audit report. It's in draft form. They're sending a copy to all the board members, and they're gonna vote for the approval of it by email. They also have, yesterday approved their 2027 budget for submission to the township. Looks like it's around a 3.5% COLA. I told them things are tight, so, you know, they will submit the information to the township. And they're presently working on their, book sale coming up. I think it's in October or November. October. They're in the process of collecting books and categorizing them. But they had one concern they addressed to me. Is there some construction work being done at the ball field? I think up at the park, our park.
With 250, the ones here and.
Yeah, the ones at the park where the pool is.
Is there construction? I don't know.
Well, they said they were jackhammering up some sidewalks. Well, their concern is they have a shed up there where they keep all their books. And they're concerned about whether they're gonna have continuing access to it. Because they're gonna have to be taking books up there, and then they're gonna have to be bringing them back down for book sale. So I told them, only thing I knew was going on up there was some paving work in the park, but they said that wasn't it.
No, we're going to do this. That pedestrian thing is on the site for years. But we're telling them, don't make sure we're not.
They said it was around the ball field.
Right, so we have
Okay.
pedestrian improvements that you have approved.
That's not right, okay.
So we'll make sure the contractor's aware that the library needs access to the shed.
Right.
Thanks, that's perfect.
Ongoing access, okay. And the other thing is they discussed their summer reading program was a huge success. They had a lot of compliments. And I just wanted everyone to know that it was very well accomplished this year. They have a lot of compliments. And their current fundraising, they have a bingo night coming up Friday, September 11th, 7 o'clock at the community room. They have a fall craft show here at the municipal building on Saturdays, September 26th. And we're also having another trivia night Friday, October 8th at the community room. So that's all in the process, them fundraising. So that's my report.
Great, thanks, Don. Right, for SHACOG, we have nothing for tonight. Standing committee report for administration. Are you giving the managers?
Yeah, I'll do a brief one.
Okay.
Okay, over the summer, we did have 5 students from the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, as we typically do past few summers. They just finished up last week. They were helpful this year with doing some organizing, cleaning out file rooms, and doing some scanning. Paving restoration work on Lindsay Road North is expected to take place next week. I sent everyone out that traffic plan they submitted. Okay, and repair work in the elevator out here actually was finished yesterday. The inspector's gonna come out tomorrow. It has to be shut down until that inspection is passed, but once that is done, the elevator will be operational again. You've driven by DPW, you've probably noticed the salt shed is coming along nicely. The base is down there. 2 more quick things. Review of our personnel policies ongoing. Hopefully, we can have something to the board next month or the month after that. And finally, this is a fun one too. The website upgrade is just about finished up. Very shortly, we should have a test link sent out to the board to take a look at that. It's looking really nice. It's very similar to the last one, but it's just polished up, a little more user friendly, mobile friendly.
Great.
I have a question. Hey, John,
Yes.
with regard to Lindsay Road, I don't remember if it was in the memo. I know it said in there from where to where it would be, but how long did they say it would take? Cause I have to let Terrace know.
A week.
A week?
Yeah.
And when they started?
So they plan to start Monday.
This coming Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, if everyone's okay with it, we're gonna, our police are okay with it, we're gonna let everyone know about that. But the idea is access, even though there's gonna be a couple areas of full closure, access to major roads is not gonna be impeded.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem getting into the terrace, in and out of the terrace.
No, through Victory for One Ursula, yeah, that's where the access we.
Okay, thank you.
John, thanks for keeping us updated all week.
No
I've
problem.
been working hard, you and Mike since, and Carla since, Denise is on vacation.
Keep it going.
All right, next up, we're gonna discuss appointment of a voting delegate and alternate to serve at the resolutions committee meeting to take place virtually on Friday, October 1st, 2026. An annual business meeting to take place in person on Friday, October 9th in Hershey for the Pennsylvania Municipal League. The delegate and alternate should be elected or appointed township officials who plan to attend the PML summit to be held October 7th through the 10th in Hershey.
That's what you're going to?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm over here poking coffee.
I will be attending the conference. That is at no cost to the township. I am on their board, so I will be there.
You can be going.
Great.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm one of them.
Is that Columbus Day weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to Salem.
All right, next up, we have conferences and workshops, discuss ratification of registration for the assistant township manager, assistant township manager, finances attendance at the 2026 PAMA, Pennsylvania Association of Municipal Administrators Conference to be held at the Doubletree in Cranberry from September 13th to the 16th. With a conference registration rate of $2.99, registration due August 21st, no lodging required. So unless anybody has an issue with that, we'll ratify that. We'll approve it tonight, ratify the next meeting. Good, everyone, good. Okay. All right, public comments on items not listed on the agenda, anyone? No? No, okay. All right, we'll move on to commissioners' requests. We'll start with Don. Okay, nothing.
I obviously missed a couple of meetings lately. What's going on with the issue up with, Birdland and that sewer project? Is that topic quiet?
Gentrifying, I haven't heard a word.
That's good.
They're getting, they've got the clearing running. They did the inspection of the residence basements, that they were promised to do. They should be starting.
Yeah, we haven't had anybody.
Now, we have weekly meetings with them, the Vinnie's, John, Cardinal, Kevin, obviously, to keep everybody on the same page, but they've been up there, they've been, mobilizing business and things, so it's been actually very quiet.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Jane, anything for tonight?
Well, I just am wondering if there's been a date since Columbia Gas is coming to do Lindsay. Are they gonna be doing anything with the open hole on like, Old Green Tree and Pine Trees? Which a gentleman has been concerned because it's open for a long time. It's plates on it now. I guess the gas line is shut off or closed or whatever. They replaced the new gas line and it's just been left unattended.
So that is part of, one of their 3 permits that they have with the township for, that gas line project. That hole that you're speaking of was something that came up unexpectedly for the end of their, procedures. It's plated, I understand that it's plated. If it's not, we need to know.
No, it is.
But as far as a schedule for all of that, I don't know about that lower end there, but, I was gonna follow up with them anyway. Commissioner Castello asked about, the trench coming up the front part here, just to make sure that they keep up with that until paving. I'll ask for a schedule to see if we have anything more formal for the entirety of the project.
Yeah, that, because I know the gentleman eventually is gonna call, and I understand his frustration.
Anything else for tonight? Jane?
No, that's that.
All right, Sam, anything for tonight?
I'm good. Thanks, Dave.
Okay, Michelle?
I'm sure I had a brilliant thought somewhere in the past 2 weeks, but nothing.
Nothing, thank you. And I have nothing for tonight. We do have an executive session, so we will not need to leave the meeting open, so unless there's anything else, could I get a motion, please, to adjourn? Eileen, a second. Ron, all those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure had Brian. Oh, well.